Okay, so let's hop a little deeper into the subject and talk about this bass. So we just put in this instrument operator over here, which is a synthesizer, but we haven't really talked about it yet. So this synthesizer creates sound from waves. You can select over here saw waves, sine waves, square waves, triangles, and so on. And you can put in 4 of them at a time. And sometimes you can even let them modulate each other. But with this switch over here, you can select different kinds of algorithms. So if I go here and I select this switch, I make sure that all those waves selected over here will play in parallel mode, so parallel to one another. And for example, by default, operator loads you a sine wave, which is great for sub bass. Sine wave is perfect for sub bass, but we want a little more feeling in here, so we can add in another oscillator and select the square wave, for example, like square 32 wave. There are several options here, and put up the volume. Let's listen in. So we have a couple of high frequencies here. Over here in this section, we can manipulate the sound. So we have a filter, we have a low frequency oscillator, and some pitching options. And let's put down the filter frequency to kill some of the higher frequencies of this bass. Let's go down to something like 500 Hertz. All right. And we could put in another element over here, maybe even another square wave. Make the sound a little fatter and richer. Put up the volume. So we are going to do all of our sound designs by ourselves. You can also go to Ableton Sounds over here and select bass sounds, for example. But the clue over here is we are going to do the sound design by ourselves, and we are going to really learn a bit about this. So this is how you combine waveforms with each other and have them play along, and then you can start manipulating them. Let's take down the resonance over here, put the frequency up to 580 or something, and go to the envelopes of this oscillator. Select envelope, and now we have attack, decay, release, and sustain. And we want to adjust them a bit. We want to adjust the attack a little bit, have it come in a little late, like 8 milliseconds or something. Keep the decay up at the init value, but take down the sustain by -9 decibels. Now we want to do the same thing for the other oscillators as well. So select this one, right click, and tell it to, copy envelope from oscillator A, this one down there. And do the same thing over here, right click, copy envelope from oscillator A. So now you make sure all the oscillators are sending out a signal with the same envelope, making sure we are getting a coherent sound. So, final step over here would be putting in the actual MIDI we want to use in the song we are building. So let's go back to the chorus samples and go up here. We are creating the chorus right now, and select this chorus deep bass MIDI file, drag it on here, and you see we have a pattern laid out over there. Click in there, check this pattern. What you see it's playing too high up in the C3. It will be probably too high for a bass now. Well, I'm going to put this down. Hold Shift, arrow key down, 1 octave lower, and another octave lower. Now this is a little more funky. You can see we are playing a couple of notes from the D minor chord. We have a D sharp over here, G sharp, C sharp, B, and D sharp again. So, and we have it rolled out in a more funky kind of way. So there's a lot of room for other funky elements. We are going to do a lot of EQing in general. So let's go to Audio Effects and select an EQ8 over here. And this one is going to make sure that we are not going too low with our bass and not up too high. We're going to add in equalizers on all the tracks later, for sure in the mixing stage. So this one comes with a low cut. In the first note over here, if you click on this arrow down here, it shows all the possible filter shapes for your several equalizer nodes. And this one is a simple low cut, heavy low cut, bell, shelf, and so on. And we are going to select this one and drag it up just a bit to get rid of those lowest frequencies. And we are going to do the same thing on the other side. Select the 8th note and drag it down to about here to make sure we leave a lot of room for higher frequencies like instruments, guitars, and pad sounds and something like this. Those frequencies don't have to be covered by our bass sound.